For this video, I will be providing an overview of the Sage 100 Payroll link that is integrated with the Premium Web version of Sage HRMS. I am logged into the Premium Web version of Sage HRMS as an HR administrator, which has access to Sage HRMS administrative functions. The Sage 100 Payroll link is used to transfer employee information from Sage HRMS to Sage 100 Payroll, as well as transfer time off information in pay history from Sage 100 Payroll to Sage HRMS. It provides for you to have a single system of record, Sage HRMS, to manage your workforce and keep your employee records in sync across the two products. It's located in the Premium Web version of Sage HRMS under the Connected Services menu and comprised of setup components and transfer options. We will first focus on the Setup tab, which is used for setting up the system and maintaining the relationships between the two products. On this page, you link certain data such as employers, organizations and departments, benefits and deductions, job and labor codes, as well as time off setup for earnings and time taken. For example, if we look at the job setup, here we define and maintain the different Sage HRMS job codes and Sage 100 labor codes to create the relationship between the two. On each setup page, you can add new, modify existing, or delete an existing relationship. In this particular example, I have all of the job and labor codes already mapped, and the system will indicate this with a message as shown above. Once your mappings have been defined, the system provides setup reports which can be used to verify the codes you have mapped as well as not yet mapped. Here you can select to report on your mapped and unmapped codes, preview the reports, and then print them should you choose to do so. For first-time users that are adding Sage HRMS to Sage 100 Payroll and have not yet transferred employees from Sage 100 Payroll to Sage HRMS, once your codes have been set up and mapped, you will then transfer employees from Sage 100 into Sage HRMS. Under Employee Setup, you click Go, which will complete the initial transfer of employees from Sage 100 Payroll into Sage HRMS. You will only run this process during setup to transfer employees that already exist in Sage 100 and do not yet exist in Sage HRMS. If this is not the case for you, you will skip this step. I will now provide an overview of the transfer process used on an ongoing basis. The Transfer tab is where this transfer takes place, and you have three options. The Employee Transfer, which transfers and updates employees that are in Sage HRMS to Sage 100 Payroll. Time Off Transfer, which transfers the time taken from Sage 100 Payroll to Sage HRMS Time Off. And Pay History Transfer, which transfers the payment history of your employees from Sage 100 Payroll to Sage HRMS Employee Self-Service. The order in which these are completed is typically to run the employee transfer to transfer employees to Sage 100 prior to running your payroll. Once your payroll is completed, you will run the time off transfer to update the Sage HRMS time off balances, as well as run the payroll history transfer so that the payment advices appear in Sage HRMS Employee Self-Service for your employees to view. Focusing on the employee transfer, here you will select the employer you're working with and define your transfer criteria. You will select all employees or certain employees or employees by their department. You define whether or not to include terminated employees, as well as the option to only transfer employees with data changes within a certain date range. You select whether you want to view the transfer reports or transfer either with or without reviewing the transfer reports by selecting and unselecting the report options here. When selecting by employees or by departments, you are presented with options to further filter your departments and employees, allowing you to select and unselect specific departments, employees, or a combination thereof. Once you click Continue to proceed, the process runs in the background, and should you choose to review your reports, you can do so in the Process Management UI, which is accessed from this icon and then selecting Process Log. Here you will see a log of your various processes which have been run, which includes the transfer of your employees. As you can see, on this date and time, the transfer process was run, and there are 2 reports available to review. To conclude this overview, I will introduce a brand new feature available in the premium web version of Sage HRMS, which is the ability to schedule processes to run in the background. Here you will find all of the processes you have scheduled. In addition to scheduled transfers to Sage 100 Payroll, I have scheduled my update benefits process to run daily before the workday starts, run again just prior to updating payroll, and my time off accruals are scheduled to update weekly. Focusing on the Sage HRMS to Sage 100 payroll transfer, I have scheduled all 3 of the processes just discussed. I have scheduled my employees to transfer to payroll every day, and my time off transactions, as well as payroll history to automatically transfer after my weekly payroll is complete. Scheduling these, such as I've done here, ensures that the systems are in sync before and after payroll is run and completes these transfers without having to initiate the process every time manually. To show an example of how this is set up, I will click New. I will enter my schedule name, select the process that I wish to schedule, which in this example will be an employee transfer. I can define the run time and reoccurrence, such as once, daily, weekly, which provides additional criteria, as well as monthly, which provides additional criteria. I can define the start and end dates for the process and add comments if needed. Once the process is scheduled, it will be displayed as a scheduled process, which can then be modified or deleted, as well as you will see the status of the past and future scheduled processes here in the process log. Here we have processes that have run showing a status of completed, as well as the processes that are scheduled to run in the future showing a status of pending. Using the process scheduler, similar to how I have demonstrated, will provide you with a seamless transfer of employee data behind the scenes, ensuring your employees are up to date in both systems. This concludes the demonstration of the Sage HRMS Sage 100 payroll link.